Hello everyone, today we are going to go over the blind 75 in C++, and today we are working on the problem missing number. Now, before we get started, if you're following along at home, make sure that you, if you want to, feel free to write the questions accordingly. For whenever we are dealing with these types of questions, we always ask ourselves these 4 questions: what the input is going to be, what data structure / algorithm / technique to use, what to do with data, and finally what our output's going to be. So again, feel free to pause the video and take some time if you're following along. Now, breaking down the question, given an array nums containing n distinct numbers in the range of 0 to n, return the only number in the range that is missing from the array. So, pretty straightforward. We have an array of nums, and we have an output of 2. The reason being is that with our following nums, n equals 3, since there are 3 numbers, so all the numbers in the range 0 to 3, between the lowest point, 0, and all the way to the highest point, we are accounting for all the numbers, and we have to figure out exactly which number is missing from our sequence between 0 all the way to n. And we're going to be using bitwise manipulation for this technique. Bit manipulation. That is a freaking spell. Anyway, so just to discern between our input and output, we are given an array of nums. We need to return the missing number in the sequence that is between 0 and n. Right. Okay, so the following steps for us to be able to accomplish this bit manipulation is that we are going to use the XOR operation used for exclusivity. And the steps for us to accomplish this are going to be the following. Step 1, we will initialize a missing integer. For the missing number, we will return. Step 2, we will calculate the XOR of all numbers from 0 to n, and we will scan through the array. While doing so, we will XOR the current number with the variable, and then for the third step inside of our for loop, or outside of it, we're going to calculate the XOR of all numbers in the given array. And while scanning each num, we will use XOR to update where the missing number is, since we found the range earlier between 0 to n. Finally, we will return our missing number. Alright, just to give a breakdown, I'm just going to move this all up here for the sake of clarity. So, to go over the steps, we got step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and to make this work, this is what we're going to do. Int missing number is going to be equal to 0. Then what we will do is that we're going to scan for a range, so int I is going to be 0. Well, I is less than or equal to nums.size. I is going to be incremented to find the range. This is for us to find the range. And then we're going to take our missing number over here. I'm going to use the XOR operator to update for each index, so we know that we have already visited. And then we're going to calculate XOR for our missing number. So we do this by doing a for each loop, int num in nums, and then we will have our missing number updated in the variable, and missing number for num. Finally, return our missing number. So it's a 4-step process. It's very self-explanatory, very simple to go through. So let me just run this. All right, passes all the test cases, and it works. So yes, just to give a breakdown on the space and time complexity for our following solution is that the time complexity for our solution is going to be O of n, where n is referring to the size of the input array that we have. So relative to the bigger the number we have, the chances are between 0 and the biggest number. That is why our solution's time complexity is O of n. While meanwhile, the space complexity is going to be O of 1, since we're not using a data structure to store anything. We only use a variable to store, in particular, what the missing number is. So yes, this was missing number in C++. Thanks again for taking time to watch this. If you found this helpful, feel free to like and subscribe. And if you have any other questions, feel free to put in the comment section. And as always, take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.